Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
I can't hold it in. Like, yeah, we're live, bro.
Oh, I don't know. I'm like waiting for the hey, talk.
I was just like, I wonder how long he'll be quiet.
I was like, hey,
I'm so immature, bro. I cannot be at the helm of these things.
Well, I have it playing in the back too, and there's nothing on the fucking screen. So I was just like, wait a minute, are we even live? I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm watching it on Twitter right now to make sure everything's working. YouTube seems to be up and running. I can post the link in the chat. If one of the mods can pin that for me, that'd be excellent. Shout out to Tunes. Hey, Prankster's in here. Open-minded Bitcoin. What up, bro? Divvy Daddy. 3D is in the chat. Ellie Blob, I love you, man. I was just talking about you to somebody today and how awesome you are. And yeah, Ellie Blob, dude, you guys don't sleep on Ellie Blob. Justin, how goes it, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Zany, Stocks, or Socks. I always say Socks. How goes it? Yeah, X Files is in the chat. X Files, you know, the NFTs are out there somewhere.
There we are.
Yeah, so I think everything's looking good. I got all right, so that's looking on the screen. Got that working. Here's the 3 NFTs for the chat. You can see them up on the screen right here. We'll just keep them up. This is play, pause, and rewind. And I just love it. I love it so much. And I love that the previews look, you know, so good as the GIFs. But they can hear the audio. You cannot. But this is the audio that is associated with this. So, oh, that didn't work because it zoomed in. But yeah, you can hear that it has audio, video to it. There's a lot of effects, and I'll let Nick get into a little bit of that. I know you've been on the show before, but if you want to give yourself an opportunity to just, you know, reintroduce yourself, let people know a little bit about you and like what we kind of did here with this.
Yeah, a little bit about me.
I mean, most of the people met you in Miami that are here in the chat. I see the Miami family in the chat.
long story long, I'm trying to make this as fast as possible. My background was actually originally music. Randomly decided to use a camera my girlfriend bought me a few years back to make a video to look for more people to record and produce with.
Porn, right?
What's that?
Porn, right?
Oh, tons of it. Like the best kind, like the super low budge kind.
Yes.
The amateur stuff.
That's
right?
our next collab, right, bro?
Oh man. But anyways, no, long story long, with that video, people saw a video that I did and started hiring me to make videos as opposed to record their music, and then fell into the photo and video world. And how did we even fall into the NFT?
You got kidnapped into the NFT space, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, I reached out to you because so there's a buddy of mine who is a professional UFC fighter that wants to break into the UFC or to the NFT space. And I've done some shoots with him, and we were thinking about trying to figure out some way to use my photos to get him an NFT drop. And I reached out to you for help, and you were like, "Get your ass to Miami." And that was literally like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I went out there just to take pictures of you to try and turn it into NFTs, and kind of went ham with them.
Yeah, dude.
Instead of just so when I got home, bro, so this is like I was fucking around on my phone with some apps of like animating the pictures, like I can get crazier with this. When I got home from Miami, I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm not gonna do just pictures. I mean, I can make cool pictures look good. I mean, clearly we've seen that. But I was like, let's make this fun. If people are gonna like spend money, I want these to be like valuable to them. So I literally been locked in my studio for the last 3 weeks creating these things of a photo that turns into an animated photo that I do the music for, and then also do the sound design for, which is way more than I ever expected to do with them. And
That's more than I ever expected you to do for them, bro. I'm sitting here looking at this shit, and I'm like, we had to figure out what's the price. Like, how many hours did you put? What do we sell this for?
A lot.
This is insane, bro. And I love that, you're bringing this bar setter to my collabs, because, like, I feel like every time I do a collab, like my last one with, like, Nanu and the one with Gabstract, they're, like, kind of, they keep setting these bars, bro, and I feel like it's always going to get harder to do it again, but then you came to me with this, and the music's great and all, but, bro, those sound effects are, like, the fucking cherry on
sound
top.
Design.
Holy shit. I want to say sound effects. That's, like, dumbing it. It's the sound design, bro, is so on point that it's like I kind of want to see what you could do with like a full like episode or something. Like would love to see you do like a full thing. Like that is just so good. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, go check out that Mint 1 of 1. And then even as like all of them, I mean, they all are perfectly well timed. Even the 10 of 10, a lot of the sound like design that you see, it's like, I don't know, just you can feel it. Like, you know what I mean? When I'm looking at what I'm hearing, I can almost like feel it. What I'm seeing is like that good, bro.
Yeah, man, and it's funny you said it, because that's something that actually when you get into the video space, because so I have my own YouTube channel, right, which isn't a big YouTube channel. I literally just got serious about it not that long ago, but it's just photo video stuff. And when you start making your own videos, just whether it's like a B-roll video, like you'll make a video, you'll put music to it, and you're like, that's cool. And you'll be watching someone else's video and you're like, why the hell does his feel so much different than mine? And you start realizing it's the sound design or sound effects, like you were saying, whether it's a leaf making a crunching noise when someone steps on it, or a swoosh noise when there's a transition, or all these things that you don't really notice, but really take you into that video. So that's where I learned that like sound design is so important when you're creating any kind of like video or animation, like what I did with these.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know if there's a term, but I'm going to try to come up with something. It's like, it's almost subtle or subliminal immersion. Like it brings me more immersed into what I'm looking at through that sound design, that subliminal, whatever's happening with the audio. It brings you in, so it's definitely more captivating, I guess.
Well, imagine watching so when you're watching a movie, right? And this is me getting geeked out on video shit because that's what I do. But if you're watching a movie, like 99% of the sounds you're hearing in that movie like if it's someone walking, if there's background noise, etc., is added to that video. None of it's really what was going on at that time, except for the actual vocal audio. So there's someone back there like going, oh, they're walking through a forest, so we need to get some sound of someone walking through a forest. Or there's someone eating and they're chewing really loud, so we've got to get a sound bite of someone chewing really loud and add that into it. And it's stuff that you don't even notice, but once it's there, it literally, it's like you're in real life, you're living in it. So yeah, man, my point is long-winded. I agree with you.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So I love what you're doing, and I'm selfishly going to gloat a little bit about how I got to collaborate with you before, like, you know, your professional fighter friend is like, oh, I beat you to the punch. But it's also a great way to kind of give you this like learning experience of like, this is how, you know, it can go. You can take this to him as like a proof of concept. Like, look, this is what we did. This is what we can do. And maybe he could, you know, has more people interested than I do. So I limit mine to 100 out of 100, but he could do 1,000 of 1,000, 10,000, 10,000, 100,000 of 100,000, and just keep moving that price point down to where like, you know, he has his $10,000 whatever mint number one of one, but then those 100,000 of 100,000 could be a penny, and all those pennies would add up, and all those so like this is sort of like what I wanted to do, and to be able to collaborate with you as like an exact, you know, proof of concept where you're going to be able to take this is exactly what my collabs have always been about. So this is like a perfect use case for why I do my collabs. So you can say, hey, look at the proof of concept over here. Let's do that over there.
Word. And that's, you know, I've still been, while going through this process, me and Josh have been very much in touch. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how I found this guy. I don't know how I found you, Ken. But when I'm done with this, I will know exactly how to get this done for you. And that's literally what you've been dragging me through this, like, my fucking nose, going, no, this is what we're doing. This is, meet me over here. It's been crazy, dude. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, we really didn't know each other. We're two people on fucking Twitter, bro. Like I want to be as transparent about the whole situation as possible. And you were like, because we got on the call just to literally help me, and you kind of were like, what are you doing next weekend? And I'm like, what's going on next weekend? And you're like, get your ass to Miami. So literally on a whim, I'm like throwing shit into my van, driving from Tennessee to Miami, meeting some crazy dreaded red bearded dude to shoot photos of and do NFTs, and here we are, man. And we're dropping them tonight.
And people don't even know you've gotten to do work that is coming out soon with Miss Teen Crypto, Tatiana Moroz. You know, people that
Miggy
know
well.
Tatiana. Yeah, Miggy's killing it right now, bro. Like, so that convincing you to come out to Miami wasn't just for me. It was really for you. You know what I mean? But also for my community, because I knew what I saw you could do, and I'm like, yo, like, let's get my entire team up on this. Like, as many people as we can, let's do this with. And that's why I'm really excited to see you back at Shitcoin, coming back to Miami for Shitcoin 2021. People can now see what you are capable of, and now be able to, like, appreciate the fact that you're at the event and utilize you properly. Because there's so many people that didn't understand your talent base, and they were just, like, sitting around, and you're like, anybody else want pictures? Anybody? And they're just like, I don't know this fucking guy. Like, I don't need a stranger taking pictures of me. But
yeah,
now they have something they can see and be like, oh, this is what he could have done if I just fucking let him take some pictures of me.
And you know what's funny about that is I get it too. When you tell people, like, how many people are photographers in the world, right?
Everybody
like,
with a fucking smartphone.
Right. And it's funny too, because I get that. And then I show people my photos and they go, holy like, I mean, you watched, I mean, what's Miss Teen Crypto's real name?
She just goes by Miss Teen Crypto in public.
So she was looking at these pictures and she was like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, this is just what I do, man. And you saw, like, you're gonna die on me on a live stream.
I just need to get it out. And I'm all right.
Oh, but even you and her, everyone was like, holy shit, these are what your pictures look like?
And that was just the raws.
I haven't even edited them yet.
Yeah, we were all like, okay, you can email that to me right now. And you're like, I'm not, this is just like 10% of the progress.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And I'm not trying to like I just, when I fell into the video and photo world, I just kind of, and I've only been doing this for 2 years. That's where it gets really crazy, is I just kind of really fell into my own style. And what's interesting, okay, so let's digress just for fun. What's interesting about how my style works for the NFT world is that when I edit my photos, I'll look at other photographers and I'll see them make these really beautiful, like family style portrait, epic looking photos. And I always want my stuff to look like that. But then I always default to this way that I edit that makes my shit look almost like comic-y, like cartoony. It has this very, I don't like, help me, like you see my edits, what they look like. I don't even know how to, but it has a very cartoon, like comic feel to it.
It does. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, when you say comic, it does. It's what's that movie? Scott Pilgrim versus the World or whatever. That kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that real life, almost like that effect that you see in like Back to the Future with the shark coming out with that
yeah.
comic book vibe. That is exactly what you've kind of gotten. Is this like holographic? It looks like very virtual, realistic, but
So it fits into
cartoony at the
this.
same time.
Yeah, it's really interesting that, and again, thank you for dragging me into this world, is that my photos fall into this digital art
Yep.
of the NFT world really as well as I get to use all my other talents of music and things like that. It's
Yeah,
all this
that's
shit falling together
all of
for
it's
this
in this
one
collab right
package.
here, man. I love
Yeah,
that.
man. It's a fucking trip, man.
And to be able to be like the first NFT that you've ever done and do it with me really does, it means a lot. I'm not going to say it doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. I'm like, I really hope these fucking sell out. Oh my God, it's his first NFTs. But it's also like, holy shit, he picked me. Like, I get to be his first, like, collab launching with him. And although I know the people that you're going to be doing this with because of the stuff that you already have made from the Miami experience from like 2 weeks ago. Like all those people, all the stuff that you have come now with like the shitcoin thing, like I feel like you're going to be pretty damn busy. You know what I mean? Doing this. Hopefully, we can get this to be like a full-time thing for you and more people as well. But like you said, it's like your photography, your music, your editing, all of this is like you've been bred to NFT your shit, man.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. So when Nick, the guy that was helping me with gear and
Yeah,
stuff.
Nick and Nick, that was a fun intro every time.
Yeah, we've known each other, man. It's been like that since we were 17 years
Have you
old.
ever
But
got like a Nick 1 and a Nick 2 shirt, like thing 1, thing 2?
we should. It'd be fucking
That would be
hilarious.
fucking, yeah, exactly.
But no,
Anyway, yeah.
dude. So like the after we got done shooting you, we were literally sitting in our Airbnb, just kind of like, because man, it was a whirlwind. That whole conference was just, again, me driving down all the crazy shit. And we're sitting there the last night in the Airbnb, and we're like, holy shit, everything we've ever done, like music, photography, and video, can all go into this package. And it was waiting for right now. Like without getting too weird or spiritual or whatever the hell you want to call it. But dude, like I've been trying to take my art, whether it be, like I said, music, video, or photography, and get paid for doing it or find a way or an outlet to get it out there for so long. And all of a sudden this NFT world explodes and I'm trying to catch up and I fall into your lap and it's just like, dude, this is a trip, man. That all these things can work into this space and be something that people are interested in. It's a trip, dude.
Yeah, I feel the same way, with, like it's a trip people with your quality of art and your you know what I mean, how much, style you have to what you're doing, like want to work with me in whatever way because of whatever I've done for whatever amount of time kind of led me to where I'm at and it's like perfectly positioned for what I'm doing, and it's like just seems like so many people around me are kind of finding their balance in the universe right now and it's just like we're all kind of seeing each other find like our own like lazy rivers. It's just like feels so effortless, like all the hard work, all of it has led to this like moment where I feel like I can relax but still move forward and moment forward without like, you know what I mean, like you ever feel like when you relax you're standing still, you're not moving, you're something you could be but like you're doing all this, you could just kind of sit still but still exponentially grow so much farther now with like what you've done because of all the steps you've taken before this.
Hundo. Hundo, man.
And my community, just like to be able to bring them in on this as well with like the fan art that I've been able to do. That kind of was inspired by Kevin Smith. He opened up the IP for Jay and Silent Bob and was like, hey, anybody who wants to do Jay and Silent Bob styled NFTs, submit them to us. We hit it with a stamp. We sell it. You get paid for it. And I was like, that's fucking genius. You know how many people have been selling images and stuff of me from their own stuff? What if I just hit it with that little stamp and give them all the money? You know what I mean? I was like, wow, like Kevin Smith is a genius. I can't wait to see where people like him in those positions take this, since you know, that's an interesting route to go immediately out of the gate. It definitely inspired me, and that's why I was like, you know, all right, now, yeah, I can bring my community more involved. I opened myself up and said anybody could do whatever they want of me and sell it. But then I was like, wait, if you want to do that, that's cool. Or you could submit it to me, and then I can sell it for you from the official, like, stamped fan art thing. And having that be able to help, like, almost, I think it was 10, 11 artists now, you know, basically pay their rent by raising thousands of dollars for each of them.
Yeah, man. In a short amount of time that I've known you, there's a handful of things, and I don't know what you're allowed to talk about and what you're not, but there's a handful of things you've told me that just blow my mind. Where you're just like, you're gonna just do that, and it like, look, if you don't know this guy, if you barely know Ken, this dude just wants everybody to succeed and be rich. Like it's insane the things that I've seen you do and the things you talk about.
Thank you, man.
Like the amount of cred you're willing to give away, the amount of effort you're willing to give away, the amount of time, dude, without, you know, not trying to S your D or nothing, bro. I'm just being honest and being transparent. It's a trip, man.
Somebody in my chat just said I'm 12, and I had to reply immediately, like, 12 years old? Or like 12 o'clock? What's going on? Because they did some amazing art for me and actually sold it. And we did an airdrop, and it was my first airdrop ever with wax-backed tokens, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, I get to like help an artist sell some cool fan art they made, and then also airdrop, you know, another piece of art that artist made for free to those people. So it was like a buy one get one, and it also gave a little one wax behind each NFT to each person. So 1,000 wax, you know, one to every person that bought one, which kind of was just like an experiment, but something I definitely want to extrapolate on top of more and do more things like that, where it's like, wow, I can do airdrops with wax backing it, which is like, I can just like give out money. Oh, why haven't I been doing this more? So I've just been a little bit busy, but I got to experiment today with that airdrop, and I got to give away like 1,000 wax, one per person to 1,000 people with NFTs as well, which is so
That's
cool,
dope.
right?
It's freaking dope. Oh, 100%. It's so dope. So dope.
And that's the thing that, like, you know, I'm trying to educate people in like your positions that may be able to go much farther than me in these professions, since like I'm just a curator, right? I'm like the Dollar General. You made the shit that's on my shitty shelf. But what I know that you're going to be able to do, you know, with your own moving forward is like be able to reach back in a decade and go, I can see every wallet that bought my first, you know, thing. And you could do a similar airdrop backed NFTs, and the giving back ability, I think, is like super unutilized. It's so underrated. But, you know, being the ability to give back is so easy now. Like a couple clicks, you can airdrop NFTs. One extra click, you could add wax to it. And now you can start giving back, like actually giving back to your community. And yesterday I got to experiment that for the first time, thanks to a community member who made fan art that inspired me.
No, man, it's, dude, and this is kind of just me giving so more of my background. So I'm a shitty like, you gonna die on me again?
No. I have a
So
weak throat, man. Every time I smoke, this happens.
so my background into even the crypto space in general is just a shitty swing trader. Like I'm, you know, this whole crypto attached to NFT is such a crazy a bridge of what I've been doing in the crypto space since 2017 up until now, to where it's like, wait a minute, crypto can now be like attached to what I've been doing to make actual money for the longest time. Like this is, I can use crypto and my art and it's all attached, and this is bananas to me, dude. And now you're talking about airdrops to people for you're giving money away of it, dude. This whole space, I'm so glad that I wasn't a closed-minded individual when I first heard about crypto and stuff back in 2017 and things like that. And just every time something new drops in this space or I hear about something new, I'm just open to it now. It's like, I have no clue what's going to be the big thing, and this has taken off. And you said you've been in the NFT space since when?
I got into crypto late 2015. I got into making crypto content in January 2016. I started really making content and doing things. But NFTs, 2015. I was looking at them. 2016. I was talking about them. I made my own currency in 2016. I made my first NFT at the end of 2016. Just experimenting and playing around with different things and different blockchains and yeah, I've been around just dabbling. I'm not an expert by any means, but I've like hands-on
No, but
experience and just like,
yeah.
that just the experience is the experience. I've been here. So like that's
Well,
what
and
I have.
I wanted to hear that 2015, and I know you've told me that before, but I kind of wanted to reiterate that because to me that's so important because I'm super new to this. Like I'm 6 months into even knowing what an NFT is, and I've been trading since 2017. That's so crazy because everyone thinks this is a flash in the pan, fly by night, just happened kind of thing, and it's like no, Ken's been in this space since 2015. It's finally just hitting mainstream and people are catching wind of it. Welcome to the fucking
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, I have
It's a
my very
trip.
first official NFTs with Wax in 2017 when they announced their NFTs. Wax made an official collectible NFT of me from them. So it was like,
No
yeah,
shit.
it was pretty badass. And then from there, Engine, blockchain Engine did the same thing. A couple others as well now. And yeah, it kind of really kicked off doing a lot of this with the Blockchain Heroes with Joel and Travis from the Bad Crypto podcast. Because, I always just talked about it because I wanted people to do shit, but there isn't really anybody doing any of the cool shit. And then Joel and Travis, we've always talked about cool shit that people could do or whatever just for funsies, but then they actually started doing some of the cool shit. And I was like, yo, it is like, well, yeah, I mean, it's doable. We talked, like, why not just do I'm like, all right, like, they really motivated me. And it was cool to see them, like, include me in their series and the Blockchain Hero set. That really also motivated me as well because it was like, damn, other people are able to sell NFTs of me. Why can't I sell NFTs of me? I'm me. Like, it just makes sense, right? It's like logical. So I was like, all right, let's go for this. And I was just only time I ever did anything was just to do it to do it. But this is the first time I ever like really did anything. It was like I'm doing this for much more than just that, right? It's like for my community, for like my fans that make the art, for everything. It's just there's so much more now than just doing it to do it or doing it for fun even.
Well, and it was crazy too because you keep saying community, and I don't think people understand. Like, I'm a
Oh,
bit.
it's available, I think.
Yeah, it's 11:30. We just dropped.
All right, let me put this up. And yeah, it sold out immediately, bro. All gone. Yeah, you just made like 9 grand in 3 pieces of art in like a minute. Not even a minute, because the minute hasn't
Sold out
changed.
immediately. Are you fucking? I'm gonna, dude. I'm turning red. Are you
Yeah,
fucking serious?
$9,000, bro. You made $3,000 per art. So now you know at least what your shit's worth. I mean, dude, you have some priceless fucking skills, bro. Like
I'm gonna
legitimately.
cry. I'm getting all teary eyed, man. Holy shit.
If you want to take a break to the bathroom and do what you need to do,
No,
but
dude, that's just you don't understand. Dude, so I've been a businessman.
dude,
Like
when I
I
met you, I felt this vibe. So I saw this coming. Just to go ahead, do you? But I saw this. I knew you had and what you can do with what you already got, and what you're gonna do when you come to shitcoin. This is gonna be your. I know it. So go ahead, man.
that's a trip, bro. Okay, so I feel like I'm talking about me way too much, but
They want to get to know you, man.
so I spent 5 years on the road touring in a band. We did 3 national records. We didn't make a dime. We toured for 5 fucking years, busted our asses. Um, on top of doing music, on top of my photography, on top of video stuff. I've always had two sides of my brain. I've always had the business side, and then I had the artistic side, and they've always warred with each other. The business side is, let's make money. I've told you I'm a small-time real estate investor. I don't make a ton. I've done a handful of things that were okay, but they kind of keep me afloat here and there. But to finally have something of my artistic side do something like this, I don't know what to say, bro. I'm getting all fucking. I'm
Dude, but
getting
no,
all dumb.
you said it, like everything that you've been fucking around with, you know, trying to figure out what to do with it, to take it to that next level, you know, this technology is that. Like like dabbling in social media and expression on Instagram, you know, all of us back in the day were HTML5 developers when MySpace let you code their homepages, right? So everything that we've been doing is like a step in this like public education, you know, each different, you know, us taking a different trade, but all of it can now be finally monetized due to this technology where you can, you know, create your own currency, create that currency in art formation. It doesn't just have to be, and what currency is art, right? We have like, you know, Benjamin Franklin, or we have like George Washington, we have Abraham Lincoln. This art is what we use as money. You're able to now do this as an artist and make your own money. Let your community say, hey, this is what I'm willing to get rid of it for. Do you want to buy it? They buy it. Now you know what your like art, your money is worth. And that's a power now that you have to learn how to wield, right? You can't just go and inflate your market by printing like the Federal Reserve. But if you're
No word,
careful
dude.
and you figure out, you know, how to do your minting and pricing, this is something that you could do for a very long time with the amount of skills that you've accumulated over the years. It's all like, not just for you, but for so many people. I've seen it happen where it's like, this the right time for whatever the hell it is. Like, this is it, because it's so much more than, you know, what Fiverr offers independent artists or creators, right? Like self-employed things were really like, you know, it still felt like getting in front of like a digital Home Depot in a sense. It didn't feel like, you know, you could be proud to be self-employed on the internet. But this 9 grand in 1 minute, bro, like how's that not something you can be proud of?
Oh, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm really trying not to cry like a big ass fat baby on your live stream right now, dude. That's not what I expected.
I'm just so proud of my community. Like every time I do a collab, they
That
always
so
come through, man. It's like
let me retouch
I
on
didn't buy
that.
any of this shit. They did it. Like they did all of this. I didn't make. I just sat there and did things, and you took pictures. That's about the amount of work that I did.
So I want to retouch on that whole community thing, bro, because I don't know. I don't know if people grasp it or if they do, but in this again, the small amount of time that I've known you, I know what you're doing behind the scenes. I know how slammed to the gills you are. The fact that you take time to respond to people in your Telegram, on your Twitter, the things that you do that most people in your position don't, because they're like, they either whether it's their ego or whether it's just they just make up excuses that they don't have time or it's not important to them. Homie, talk about community. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you weren't the way you were. You reached out, like I reached out and said, I need fucking help with this NFT space. And you went, yeah, cool, let's get on a call. Like, you didn't have to do that. Who the fuck am I? Seriously. It goes miles and miles and miles above what most people on this planet in your position. And again, I'm going to reiterate this because I know your position. Don't give a fuck, man. And you do, and it's fucking rad, bro.
I
Straight
wish
up.
I didn't. I miss playing video games, but it does feel good. I mean, this feels like a battle royale victory. So who needs Apex Legends? But yeah, I mean, it has consumed my time. The love I have for my community and just like it's just fueled by the appreciation. Like I'm just so grateful, and the amount of gratitude that I just wake up with every morning is just like the fuel and the fire that keeps me motivated to just bestow that, you know, feeling upon people like yourself in this moment right now. Like I don't know, there's just something about it that's like it kind of feels like my purpose. You know what I mean? If not, like I honestly don't think I could do anything else in my life than what I'm doing right now. Otherwise,
Well, homie,
I'd be selling burgers at McDonald's like I was doing before crypto became a word in my dictionary.
listen to this though. You keep saying that us as artists are fucking setting this bar for this NFT art space. Homie, you're setting the fucking bar for the community fucking curator space because nobody is doing what you're doing, bro. Like, if they are, there's very few people. And I've only met like one or two of them. To be in your position, to have what you have going on right now, and still working with randos that reach out to you and go, hey, help me. You're setting the bar for that, my dude. You're literally like, so let's say I get to your position, right? Oh, I have a standard to live up to now. You dig? So that's what's cool about it, homie. You're definitely setting the standard for that shit. No homo.
No, man, I really do appreciate it. It's just, it's weird to hear because, like, my daily life, I live with my brother and my cousin and my family. Nobody really. My mom just started watching the podcast recently, so that's kind of cool. But nobody knows what I do because I don't like toot my own horn as much as most people in this space that do any fucking good gestures make like. You know what I mean? They have to do something charitable and create content. And I'm just like, do something nice for the sake of nice. But then I get yelled at sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably why you don't know me, and it's because I don't toot my own horn and talk about all like. I kind of have to get over that shit, but yeah,
I'll
it's
tell you
fine.
what, bro.
It's just I don't know. It's just weird to hear out loud because again, like nobody knows what I do in my daily, so they don't know.
So my dragging down to Miami was my first like step into your world, into your space. I met a lot of motherfucking people in a short amount of time. Not one of them had anything bad to say about you. If anything, they all had. They're like, "Oh, I fucking love that guy. Oh, I fucking love that guy. Oh, I like you know how many times like, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, bro. Like even ask the other Nick. You know how many times you're like, oh yeah, we're here to shoot Ken Bozak. We need access to this or that or the other, and they're like, oh, I fucking love that guy. Like, give me time. Like, bro, how many times we fucking heard that shit? And that means you're being real. You're not fucking putting on a front in front of the camera and then fucking being an asshole in the fucking behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I know a lot of people that can do characters on screen. I'm just like, I don't know. And that's why you don't really see me, with a lot of those people that are like influencers or content creators because, like, they've all fell into like a character and I never know who I'm hanging out with. Like,
Word.
am I hanging out with this persona or am I actually hanging out with this person? It's really hard to tell if you don't just let me know in the moment because.
Which is fucking dog shit, dude. Like that's something like when I started my YouTube channel, and when I do the things I do, like I cuss a lot. A lot of people don't like it. It's me, man. I'm not gonna change. I don't give a shit whether you like me or not. Like I know that sounds weird or kind of like negative, but I'm me. If you know me, you know me. I might be blunt and kind of hard on the edges, but you love me because you know I'm real with you. I'm not gonna fuck with you or bullshit you or be weird or fake around you. I'm always gonna be me. And I get that vibe from you. Everybody, like, it's good to be you. Stop this fucking fake, I'm putting on a persona bullshit. Fuck that, dude. Like, I can't hang with that shit.
I don't have the mental space to keep up with it. So I smoke too much to like, you know what I mean? Like I never really lie or whatever because like I'll get way too high and forget like whatever. So there's no way I could ever keep up with it. So if I ever said anything and then you heard the story a different way twice, just because I remembered it differently that time because I was really high. But I've never really like started, you know what I mean? Because I would never be able to keep up with it. And the same
Yeah.
thing with like a lot of stuff in life. It's just like always been that way. Is like just might as well be just myself because I could never keep up with these characters. I see so many of my friends able to play. Like I get it. I see the benefits from being able to like really like lock in these split personalities. But
I don't dig it. I can't roll with it.
yeah, and it's hard to like you said. It's hard to know who I'm with. Like like a lot of the people in my type of like followers, like have a lot of followers or whatever. Like, I don't want to like say influencer, like just like public personalities. Yeah, it's really hard to know which one of their personalities you're hanging out with in public because they're one person when the Snapchat's not on, but as soon as they have their phone out or somebody has a phone out, it's like you can't, talk to them the way you were like 5 seconds before that camera came out.
No, dude, I like being in the music space and touring. I saw all the fucking time, man. Like in LA, in the record labels, dude. And I couldn't be that. I can't go on camera and act like I'm this fucking angel or something like that, and then be a cussing, drinking once in a while, like or whatever the fuck I do kind of person. Like, dude.
That's
Like,
why I always feel like I have to go to this whenever I say something smart, and people are like, "Oh, that guy's the next." I'm like, "No, let me Let me whip out. Let me whip out my physical disclaimer certificate burner here and make sure that you understand that, you know, whatever I'm saying you have to take with at least an ounce of, you know, THC, because I am by far not an expert at all, man. Like, I mean, this is how I try to explain it to people sometimes when they think, like, you know, I'm an expert or whatever. And it's just like, look, you just came across microwave technology. I've been using the microwave for years now. So I know how to make popcorn without burning the kernels, and I know how long exactly to put in a baked potato, and that's about it. Like, I can use the microwave really
But you
fucking good.
don't know how it works.
I have no clue how it works, bro. It's magic to me. Still to this day, I mean this as a real analogy. The microwave in my kitchen is much of a magical box as the blockchain is to me. I don't understand how
Homie,
it does what I can
so-
do with it.
It's funny
If
you
it
said
breaks, I can't fix it. If somebody held a gun to my head and said, make me a blockchain, I wouldn't even know where to start. I just start knitting.
You know, it's funny about that too, is because I literally just had this conversation with, I have a buddy of mine back from where I grew up that's heavy into the financial world, the traditional financial world. And he's trying to wrap his head around crypto. He's trying to wrap his head around a blockchain and the space in general. And he showed me one of his trades. He did a futures trade on gold and made like, you know, got it? We good? Just making sure you're getting a little stale.
I'm letting you go on. I'm just trying not to call.
Word.
That's what that was for.
Word. So he shows me like a trade he made, and he's like, I made 200% a week. And I showed him a trade that I fucking made 2,000% a day.
What was it, Doge?
No, bro, but it was some brand new shit coin that just hit KuCoin that pumped, and I was like,
you already know what you're doing, yeah.
I threw $100 at it because I make, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 off $100. But if it goes, it can easily go the opposite direction. But what's a fucking $100? And he goes, what is it? And I went, I have no fucking clue, but I know how these things work. like stop trying to figure out fucking blockchain and just get in this space. And he can't help himself. He wants to, well, what is blockchain? And what does this project do? What does that project do? And I'm like, dude, stop. Like, just understand that you can make money right now. Like, get over here. Stop fucking being that weirdo. Because by the time you fucking figure it out, it'll be over.
Yep.
And we'll be back in a bear market. Just stop. But I'm with you. I don't know. All I know is that I can look at fucking technical analysis. We had this conversation and go, okay, I can see a pattern here, and I can make a gamble on that pattern. That's it. I'm not trying to understand it.
So here's my claim to fame on the opposite side of that we have talked about, like what you just mentioned. I do the fundamental side of things. I've never really ever looked at the chart because I don't get that at all, and I'm not even going to try to pretend. But I get fundamentals, and I can, every time I think something, I see it, I'm like, yeah, and I proved myself right. I'm like, okay, I do get this. I saw Ant Shares rebranding to Neo back in the day, and I think I was in a bubble bath on a Facebook live stream, and I said, you know, you guys don't understand this, but like, AntShares rebranding to Neo it's going to show up on the exchange as this whole new thing when people wake up. They're not going to know where it came from, or
They're gonna think it's brand new.
But look at the longevity of its trade history. It's been around for so long. So what do you mean I must have missed out? So I was just like, I'm buying a bunch of AntShares. I'm pretty sure when it's called Neo, I'm going to sell it. And I did phenomenally well. You just look back at it. It was just like,
yeah, it pumped hella hard in 2018. All the way up to like 2019, even after the correction, it pumped really fucking hard.
They even had NFTs, I think, hash puppies or something like that on
Really?
Yeah.
That I didn't even know.
Yeah, back then they were doing, and there's still people that use it to this day. I think Phantasma or something still uses Neo, or I don't know. Anyway, it was just one of those things where I was like, yeah, I get this fundamental shit. That was it right there, and like that's where I felt like I was like really like onto something and proved something to myself. Was like, I get the fundamental side, and I just stuck to that, and that I never went back.
I just don't like, so to me, like when you're trying to read a fundamental, and I'm not saying fundamentals aren't important because I have a handful of like HODL projects that I took the time to learn. I just don't have the time. There's so many projects that hit the market, and I'm like, that's cool. I can look at something that's been on the space for an amount of time, and I know charts, and there's so many people that shit on TA, but it's like, because they think TA is 100% guarantee, and it's not.
No.
It's just an edge, man.
Yep.
And it's a gamble. It's like knowing basic strategy in blackjack. You're not going to win every time, but you're going to have an edge over most people. And that's kind of how I looked at it, because I like to gamble and go to casinos.
Well, some
and shit.
people are really good at, cards, in general, and then some people are really, really good and can count cards no matter how many decks are involved. And I feel like that's where I think the TA kind of comes into play a little bit. It's like, if you're really good at TA, it's almost like counting cards in a sense.
Well, and it's literally based off of, there's multiple things that come in play, but without getting too in depth with it. But it's based off of data. It's based off of human psychology and emotion with that data. And once you look at it and go, well, this has happened so many times, it's probably going to happen again. The probability works out for you. And then it gets even crazier when there's another level of it where you go, if there's so many people trading on TA, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm looking at a certain pattern and I'm expecting that pattern to play out a certain way, so are millions of other people. So they're putting money into this project, expecting this. And if you don't grasp that with TA, you don't even really understand what's going on. So it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I was just going to say, would it work without that, right? I feel like it works because everyone believes it works, therefore it works.
There's a strong possibility it wouldn't, right? But knowing
it's a placebo effect of finances. It's crazy.
It might be, bro, but it's just an edge. So I don't have the time to read white papers and shit. So I'm like, I'll look at a chart, because I can decipher a chart. Like, that's fine. It's in front of me. I can go, okay, cool.
See, my edge was going to conferences. I went to hundreds of conferences, and I got to meet the CEO, the CMO, the CFO, the CTO, all the CEOs, all of them, right? And that's where a lot of the FA came into play on some of the longer plays I've made. And just people in general I've gotten to meet, and I'm just like, all right, let me know if you ever do anything, because you're a genius. And then the people I meet end up becoming people doing projects, and I'm like, glad I know that guy.
Word. No, speaking of fucking conferences, man, that Miami was my first, believe it or not, with how involved I've been just in trading, Miami was my first ever crypto conference.
Wow. What did you think about it? Do you think NFTs have anything that they could do with what you've been doing? Like, does that align, or do you think you have to kind of relearn?
No, man, I think they definitely have something to do with what I'm doing. For example, am I allowed to drop other big YouTuber names on your channel?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, so I'm doing another collab with Ben Armstrong, BitBoy.
Oh, cool. Ben Armstrong, dude, that's what's up. If you guys know, he has wax NFTs already, so hopefully they'll be coming to wax. But he also, I think, dabbles on Ethereum.
Yeah, I don't know what platform he's gonna release his on. It's kind of up to him. Like I said, when I did this with you and him, I was like, you do whatever, man. I'm just the weirdo with the camera. But that's the thing where it's like, if he does this on a platform with Ethereum, where you said, does this mesh into the NFT world? Hell yeah, it does. I might get it done now before Ethereum pumps again, because I'd rather get whatever I get paid with in Ethereum now before it pumps to whatever the hell it's going to go to.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah, you might want to get. I mean, if you would have got it done when y'all were doing things in Miami, I think it was like 2 something.
Yeah, it was like 27, 28, and now it's at 4.
4.5-ish, 4.2.
Yeah, like it was at 4.175 I think before we hopped on the call, and now it's at 43.27. Yeah.
Yep.
It's pumping right now.
I don't think that's a pump, man. Ethereum is just moving. It's just moving
along. Well, it's been very stagnant for quite some time. So it's time. It's Ethereum's
the
time.
Percentages on it, like the move, I can't call it a pump unless it jumped up like almost to 5 figures. That would be a pump. Otherwise,
concurred.
It's just trucking.
Yeah. It is. When you look at the chart too, it's not these giant candles. It's very.
And the volume too, it seems sustainable. Whenever you see I haven't seen anything that looked like, all right, this volume is definitely what's momenting. It's not something that can keep up, but the volume on it even looks like, I don't see anything slowing it down, which is insane because the fees just keep going up. So it's like, I think this is the thing, ready? You can't afford to sell it. Nobody can afford to sell Ethereum, so there's only people buying it. It's all
So
locked
that's
up in
where-
liquidity.
That's where it gets crazy. Where I'm like, when we were talking about like, if once I start doing this on my own and creating my own, you know, drops and whatnot, like what platform to go to? Where I'm like, dude, I don't really want to like put my stuff on an Ethereum based platform and to have like I don't want to put people in those positions for fucking the gas fees. It's insane, but people still don't care. They keep paying for it. But I would rather base a community that don't have to worry about that whole gas fee bullshit, man. It's a very intriguing thing.
No, you're right. It's especially for like what we just did with what was the other one, $30. I don't think we could have gotten away with that on Ethereum. I don't think it would even have been possible.
No, it's like $100 a fucking a swap, dude.
And just
like,
to mint it, right? Just to mint
yeah,
it. And I mean,
like $100 to mint.
No, your shit, no fucking way. That's gonna cost like $1,000 or so. Like, I mean, your shit. How many gig? Like, I mean,
I have no
megabytes,
idea.
right? So it was a couple hundred megabytes. So
over my pay grade.
yeah, the more space you're taking up in that transaction is the
Costs
more.
more to mint.
Yeah. So you're talking about just sending Ethereum naked itself, right? You start to add shit on it, and then how big is that Ethereum NFT? Those transactions, the minting can be expensive than just being able to like buy it. You have to spend Ethereum to send it and get all of it. It's just, it doesn't make any sense at the end of the day. It sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like nonsense, but it's everyone's using.
No, bro,
Ethereum.
I have a MetaMask wallet with like $50 of Ethereum in it, and I just kind of leave it there because I'm like, I can't swap this into nothing. I can't do shit with this. This is just like.
Could you imagine $50 being dust? Like money you can't even afford to use? Like that's Ethereum. That's almost Bitcoin at sometimes. Like a lot of these, it's just crazy at this point to see. And I tried to warn people, you know, none of this tech was ready for mainstream. Kind of keep it our private little secrets. You know, everybody wanted to get Lambos and Wen Moon, and I just wanted it to work.
Speaking of Wen Moon, do you remember the pitch for that Wen Moon drop I'm gonna do?
I don't now.
Okay, so I don't want to
that last hit took me right to the moon.
No worries. So the first drop I'm gonna do on my own is gonna be free just for fun. Just so everyone knows if they're interested in keep following me and keeping track of that. Just for fun, dude. Just do my first solo drop by myself. Do it for free. Get it out there. Let people have fun with it. Whatever. Don't really fucking care. But the next one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a lot of work into, and I'm going to go after with my photography and things that I do. Super, 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 like embedded popular sayings and memes in the crypto space. And the first one I'm going to do is Wen Moon.
Oh.
It's gonna be a 3-part series. It's gonna be fucking dope.
I feel like you were telling me about this in the restaurant.
Yeah.
I was really wrecked then too, but I remember now.
But you were fucking stoked on it. You were like, dude, I'll fucking buy that shit.
Yeah, I remember, dude. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking. I'm stoked on that one, dude. I'm super stoked on that one. So just keep your guys' eyes open, man. There's gonna be some fun shit coming out of here.
Have you thought about trying to do things along those lines though, of like maybe doing like 1,000 of each thing you do for $1, or what were your
thoughts? Homie, so when we talked about that, where you're like, why would you cut out a buyer pool? I'm like, no, that makes. I'm that guy. So when I was in a band and we had our first EP and we were touring our first book tour by ourselves, we had an EP that cost us literally about 75 cents to make per copy. And we were trying to sell them to people that had never heard of us before for $10 a copy, like in malls. Like we were hustling in malls to get gas money to get to the next venue and shit. And I told the guys, I went, well, we paid 75 cents. Why don't we just sell each copy for $3, $2? Because we're going to make it back in volume. And then we could just continue to keep more. Like, and they were like, why would we cut our knees out from underneath us? Like, no, you guys got it all wrong. If I'm a kid that's broken in a mall, I'm way more down to drop $2 or $3 on a CD on a band I've never heard before than I ever am to drop $10. Like that's a whole meal and a half for a kid in a mall. And they weren't feeling it at all. And I'm like, no, dude, like we're making up in volume. Like we're gonna make a rip. You guys, and guess how many CDs we sold? We definitely didn't sell out, I'll tell you that much. if I was a kid in the mall and someone said, "Hey, I'm some band you've never heard of, but here's my CD for $2," I'd be like, it's worth the gamble. So no, I feel you on that. I'm definitely down for that shit, bro.
I
Fuck
dig
yeah.
it. I love that you have the mentality for it already. And yeah, I mean, definitely just figure out how to gamify it in the sense, where there's not too many, there's just enough. I mean, there's at least 111 hodlers, of your art already out here. And the more people that, you start to do the collabs with, that'll push them, more towards your collection as well. So I'm just a curator, right? That's why I don't really have like much. I don't do high prints. Like 1,000 is the most for fan art. Everything else is under 420, and then the collabs are super low mints. But yeah, if I was in a position to create as much as like somebody who can create, I just curate. There's an opportunity to start with like maybe your first one being a mint one of one, and holding that for a long time, and then eventually auctioning it off to many collectors that you accumulate over the years. So mint your first NFT, but hold that one, and then make your second one
Word.
for free. And then maybe do something along the lines of like, yeah, 1,000 for $1, but over time you may have to grow that to like 10,000 for $1 each, or maybe a year from now, maybe 100,000 for $1 each, and because your collectors, the quantity, the amount of people collecting will grow, and being able to create, again, is just being just it's a power. So wield it, wisely, but one piece of art a day, I think would keep your community happy.
It blows my mind, bro, how much your brain dissects this into a platform. Like again, I'm a very business minded person, so when I hear the way you go, everything you just explained to me, I completely get. Like you don't have to explain it again, but I would have never thought of it, and it blows my mind that you just go, no, do it this way because this makes. And I'm like, fuck, dude, it's brilliant. Anyways,
Thanks. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. That's why when people are like, "Oh, you're smart," I'm like, I don't know if it's smart. Honestly, I'm just really clever, and I see everything as like a Rubik's cube, and everything is a Rubik's cube I have to solve. Like it's weird. Everything's a problem. Everything I look at is a fucking problem that I'm trying to solve a solution for. It's unnecessary sometimes. I feel annoyed by myself because I feel like like you said, you're a businessman. You know your shit. You've been in this space, like doing what you're like giving you your. Yeah, I'm just like, why am I even speaking sometimes?
But no, but this is your baby, bro. This is your space, and people like me that need your help, and you're helping me understand it and wrap my brain around it. You understand? So most of the people on the planet from my world, in the business world, their whole exposure to fucking NFTs in general was the whole Beeple thing. So they only think of auctioning. They know nothing about this minting one of 10 of 10, one of one. All they know is one of one.
Yeah.
It's all, homie, that's all I knew of when you first came to me was one of one. And you went, bro, why would you do it that way? Why would you cut out a buyer pool? Why would you, tell people that like your stuff that they can't have it? Like, why would you ever do that? And I went, no, that makes perfect sense. I completely get that. He goes, and you told me that like you can create these things to where the rarity is based on whatever the hell you want it to be. And it's fucking brilliant. Like I love it. I love every aspect of it. Sorry, I'm rambling again, but dude, it's fucking cool shit, man.
It is. No, it really is. It feels like, I found like a genie's lamp. You know what I mean? I rubbed it just the right way, and I figured out my three wishes were for NFT, NFNT. Those three letters were my three wishes, and the universe provided it, man. And I just get it. Something about it clicks. Yeah, I don't know, man. This has just been an amazing journey, and again, it's all thanks to my community. You know what I mean? Like, without the people that are in the community that I have in Telegram, I don't even know if I'd even be here today right now doing this stuff in NFTs. You know what I mean? Because like did the Telegram first and started to do like video game stuff because I wasn't even doing content anymore. And then I saw like the blockchain hero stuff, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. NFTs are kind of doing a thing again. Like, I kind of saw it like in September 2020 because I was at an event in February in New York City for NFTs, and I just took a bunch of months off, tapped out, played video games, made a Telegram for the people I was playing video games with, and then it just turned into like this community thing that then turned into an NFT thing, and then I don't even know like how I got here today without like the people that supported me like from like the dark times of 2020 to today. It's just like wow. Like, it's been weird. I feel like I've been laying on like a crowd surf. Like, I just like swan dived off of a stage, and my community just like guided me, like crowd surfing, right to where I needed to be at the right time. It was wild.
Word. No, man, you're definitely the guy, bro. Like you, I don't fucking know, man. Again, not trying to be all weird and spiritual, but you're doing a lot of good things for a lot of good people that artists have been fucked for a long time. Let's just say that. Artists have been fucked for a very long time. I even was in a like being a musician, I even was in a band and knew I was being fucked. But went, this is just the way it has to be. Right? And we're in a position now where this world is starting to emerge to where we don't have to be fucked anymore. It's like DeFi art, bro. It's fucking fantastic. I love it. I love every second of it. Um, Shit, dude, and not even trying to toot a horn. It just kind of it kind of just brings bigger picture to what I mean by how cool I think it is. So we all know that, well, you and I know that Gary Vaynerchuk, for some weird fucking reason, decided to follow me on Twitter. I don't know why. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I got more followers or anything like that. But one day he randomly decided to follow me. But I know he decided to follow me because of when he started tweeting about the NFT space, there was an argument going on between people in one of his chats about digital art being art, blah, 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 blah. And I literally wrote, wait a minute. Art is art to some guy. So Gary liked that. And then this is kind of the whole point I'm getting at is some guy goes, well, I don't understand the digital world. It's just digital art. And I'm like, well, first of all, it's anything. You can fucking mint anything you want. But what's cool is that now us as artists, and especially me, who's been technically doing digital art forever, because photos and videos are fucking digital art. I don't care what anyone tells you, especially when we're doing digital photos now. It's all art. And now we can fucking we don't have to go through a middleman. We don't have to go through a record label. We don't got to go through a fucking, it's us now. It's us and our fucking consumer, us and our fan base, us and our people, us and our community. And that's the truth, man. It's brilliant. I love every fucking part of this. And it's just, I never really thought about it. Because again, dude, me being in people that brought it from the Beeple thing was like, oh, well, I don't do 3D fucking rendering art. It's not, no, anything is, dude. Whatever the fuck you want it to be. But the art world is what's just bringing it up. So it's fucking cool. So us as artists now can shine. Fuck the labels. Fuck all these other people that want to steal our fucking money. It's us and our fucking community. Y'all can go fucking kick rocks, man. And it's dope. I love every fucking part of it. Sorry, big ramble, but
No, but it's kind of punk rock, right? It's crazy. It's anarchy. It's weird though, but it's also like very well organized, and like because of the protocols, it's governed, but it's governance, not governments, and it's community based, not politically based. It's kind of crazy in a way. It's almost like an Alice in Wonderland kind of a thing when you come into like the blockchain side of like reality. It's almost like you tumbled into a world where like, yeah, things that don't make sense now. Like a lot of the time, like things that don't make sense now, and that's because you understand cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and NFTs. But if you tried to explain it to somebody that didn't go down that hole with you, it's nonsense. It's gibberish, right? What are you talking about?
And it's funny too because there's so many avenues that I'm learning. Like I remember when I sat down with you the first time, and you're like, you need to figure out what you want to do first. I'm like, well, what do you mean? And you're like, well, do you want to sell it this way? Do you want to sell it for this much? Do you want to sell it on this platform? Do you want to do a series? And I'm like, whoa, like whoa, what are you talking about? And you're like, oh, you're like young Padawan. Come on, let's go. We got a lot to talk about. But it is, you can literally do whatever you want, however you want. You just need to figure out how you want to do it right. And it's a trip.
It's been a trip. And shout out to Al Bundy. He said, I'll game with you, Dinesh. Dinesh, you going to be gaming? What are you playing, Overwatch? I play Apex Legends, so if anybody wants to play some Apex Legends, holler at me. Dude, again, we sold out in less than a minute. 111 NFTs, $9,000 from the community to help an artist, and This is crazy, man. I'm happy that, because this is going to help you get the shitcoin 2021 and where you can do this again. And I know you're going to be able to do it with what you've already made with the other, like with Misty Crypto and Miggy. Tatiana's I can't wait for her to see what you do. And
I know it's so funny too because again, and Tatiana, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry because I've been in contact with her. I feel so bad because when I first was doing this, these were just supposed to be pictures. And we were just gonna mint pictures and call it a day, but I couldn't. I was like, nah, these would be fucking cooler. So it's taking a lot longer, but I'm getting to them.
She can see. She's seen why if she's watching, and if not, you can show her these NFTs and see, it's worth the wait. And that's the thing when it comes to artists, especially a triple crown pony over here. You got to give them time. You can't rush artists, and I like to give artists freedom of time and expression, however long you need and whatever you want to do.
Word.
And I said the same shit to my tattoo artist on my face, bro. The tattoo, I walked in and he's like, where do you want it? How do you want it? I'm like, literally, I know you're not going to let me walk out of here with some bullshit on my face. I said it right to him just like that. I was like, just whatever you think's going to look best. And he was like, all right, cut. He like took what I wanted, came back and he was like, I spread it out. I did this and that. I was like, dude, you don't have to think whatever you think's going to look good. I know you're not going to let me leave. Not, you know what I mean? Like, whatever I say will probably look like shit. But you'll do it anyway because it's what I'm asking for. But if I let you do what you think's best, I'll probably get the best tattoo of my life. And I couldn't love this thing anymore, bro. So
speaking of, my NFTs are your last professional photo shoot without a tattoo on your face.
Facts. That's what we forgot to mention that for the drop. That was supposed to be like the big thing about the drop was like this was my face being immortalized without ink on it. The next one that we do at Shitcoin 2021, that will be my new face, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
Oh, and we have an airdrop for all 111 of the people that bought these. So and I'm pretty sure they're different people because there's no way anybody bought more than one unless they had like 18 wallets up because it went faster than the countdown could reset. So that was pretty crazy.
God, and all I can say is thank you, Jesus Christ. I don't really know. Like, I'm really at a loss of words. That's not like even when we were talking like this was to help me get to fucking shitcoin and you're like, I don't know how fast these will sell. You're like, I'm pretty sure they will sell, but I don't know how long it's going to take. That's not what I expected, like at all.
Me neither. Yeah, he said it. I was like, dude, who knows? You know what I mean? This could take a couple of days. I could front you the money for like whatever. And you guys bought all of this. My mom just said in the chat, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She said, no more face tattoos, Kenneth. Ooh, you're in trouble when your mom uses your full legal. Hi, Mom. Damn, you had to say it like that, though? You can't just like it? It looks like a birthmark at this point. Like, way to make it... No, I'm like kidding. I was like, way to make it weird, Mom. No, well, see, I said that earlier. My mom chimes in every once in a while now. It's kind of cool.
That's dope.
But before I started, really talking a little bit more loudly on Facebook about shit to embarrass people. I was like, I said this around Christmas. I was like, I'm going to embarrass you all to get rich on Facebook. And there's been a few hundred people that are like sending me that screenshot like, bro, it worked. Like, I've been embarrassed into following.
There you go.
He said, bro, I wrote you on Telegram. Do you think about the sale of my fan art? Let me double check real quick, and we'll ask the community what they think. What do you think about that? We'll see if they will be down to do it.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I? Oh, here he goes. Boom. All right. How do I? Oh wait, I guess I have to bring that over here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, community. What do you think? Fan art? Oh, wow, it's animated. That's dope. All right, so it says hashtag happy bro. I think that's the number 4. Oh, it says we did this to capture moment hashtag 4 as NFT. Oh, okay. I was like, that's a 4, right? Yeah, man, I feel like this could definitely be fan art. Why not, man? I love it. It's awesome. And I love that it's animated in this fashion. Kind of I don't know. It's kind of retro. I don't know how else to explain it, but it reminds me of like some retro style animation, and I like it. Like even the eyebrows move. Like not the eyebrows, the little wrinkles here.
I don't see it. Where's it at?
I'm showing the audience. I'm sorry. I literally put it right
Oh, I'm
over
like,
you.
I don't see anything.
I put it right over your face, bro. I was just like, yeah, you can't see it. Sorry, I totally forgot. But the live stream could. But yeah,
Word.
man, let's do some fan art. I love it. I definitely wish I knew how to say your name outside of that. You have to change your YouTube name. If I do your fan art, will you change your YouTube name? It could be anything. Just make it something I can pronounce. Oh, Raflor. Yeah, change your YouTube name to your Raflor666. Oh, yeah, maybe lose the 666 for the YouTube side of things. But yeah, Raflor, Raflor. I could do that. He said okay. Oh no, that was Toons that said okay. Toons did an NFT for me as well. Dude, my mom even said that looks cool. Yeah, it's happening, bro. You got mom's approval.
That's awesome.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up here. I just again want to thank the community for coming together for the collab number 13 here. Again, another complete sellout, a success for the artist, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing more fan art every day. I'll be dropping the 420 daily NFTs, but it looks like I have 2 or 3 more artists coming on board because so many people are complaining that they're not able to get any of the NFTs for $4.20 because there's only 420 of them. So I reached out to more artists, and it looks like I'm going to be able to have at least 2 to 3 daily 420 NFTs to help, get more cheap art out there for everybody. And I promise you, it's not easy to convince people to let me sell their shit for like $4.20. It's it hurts them. You know what I mean? They're like, "What? How? You mean you want me to sell my what for how what?" And I'm just like you said, like, yeah, but for $2-3, it's gonna add up. Like, come on, bro, please listen to me on this one.
Shit, man, I don't know, dude. I'm just stoked. Like, look, you gotta understand, my background is 5 years in a band and busting my fucking ass. Hardest thing I've ever done. 3 national records, touring constantly, not seeing my family, living on the road, eating garbage, and not making a fucking dime. Somebody wants to throw $4.20 at me for one of my pictures? Done, dude. I don't get like I'm stoked on that, bro. Like, I don't know. That's just my mentality.
You're gonna kill it in this space, man. And again, I shout out to Al Bundy. I'll see you soon. I got a flight to LA. I'm gonna hang out with Al Bundy. I'm getting a Dingleberries tattoo, so I wouldn't want to pump it too much until I was on the plane, like knowing things are all, you know what I mean? 'Cause I just hate talking about things until they're a thing. But yeah, I'm going to LA for a tattoo. Like, I'm just flying in for the day, getting a tattoo, and flying home. Like, I feel like that's the most ballin' boss shit I've ever done in my life. Like, that's some, like, Meek Mill made it type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, first I get a face tattoo, and then I just fly across the country to get a tattoo just because. I might as well pick up some yogurt and be like, I just wanted to get yogurt and a fucking tattoo.
There you go. I think it's dope. Get it, man.
Yeah, and again, this is definitely going to help solidify more of the collabs I've already done, and more collabs to come, because I know this, seeing people, purchase, art like this, encourages more artists to want to work with me, and I appreciate you again taking that leap of faith, kind of like a trust fall, going like, all right, just kind of met me like you were trying to say, and put a lot of trust in my hands. I mean, shit, I still have all your money right now, so. Just gotta send you.
No, bro. Like, I know we're wrapping up, but I really wish people could understand. Like, I'm on a fucking conference call with you. I've never met you in my life. Never even seen a picture of you. And I'm asking you these questions about this whole NFT space, and you're like, "Well, what are you doing this weekend?" And I'm like, "Nothing, right?" You're like, "Are you going to Miami?" And I'm like, "Well, no. What's in Miami?" You're like, "It's a big crypto conference. You need to be there." And you're like, "Get your fucking ass to Miami." I'm like, okay. So I pack shop and drive my ass fucking 13 hours to Miami. And this is what came out of it. On a whim.
On a whim, bro.
But you were pretty adamant. You were like, you need to get your ass to Miami.
I'm just so happy you listened, and I'm really happy I was adamant, because I almost gave up at one point. But I was like, no, this motherfucker's like, I can see it, man. I was just like, now all I gotta do is show him what I see, and my community helped be the fucking mirror tonight.
100. Thank you guys. Like I don't know what to say. Like I really don't, man. I don't want to try and sound like cool or fucking. I just don't know what to say. Like I appreciate everything, man.
Don't say anything. Just give us more art to buy now.
That I can do. That I can definitely do.
For that we can thank you. And again, community, I love you. Al Bundy, I love you. I'll see the Dingleberries soon. Getting my ink. I'm excited. LA, palm trees. I hate New Jersey. It's always nice to get out of here. Again, hey mom, I love you. I promise I won't get another face tattoo in LA. I can't promise where else a tattoo may end up because I'm literally just like a free canvas at the point, but I promise I won't let them tattoo my face, Mom. I love you. All right, guys, I'm out. As always, have a night, have a day, have it.
Deuces.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.